channel, guys. So I'm going to tell you today 6 reasons why your return could be rejected by the IRS and sent back. You don't want to make any of these mistakes, so before you make a mistake, you need to watch this video to the end so that you can see what are some of the common causes and rejection codes that the IRS has. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you take the time and you subscribe right now so you can see all the videos and information that I'm going to be sharing with you on this channel. So the first reason, or one of the reasons that the IRS may reject your return, is because there is mismatched personal information. So the personal information that's provided by you, the taxpayer, does not match the information on file with the Social Security Administration. So this is often one of the most frequent causes for a return being rejected. If the information that's provided by the taxpayer or their spouse, such as a Social Security number, the name, or the birth date, is incorrect and does not match, that return will be rejected by the IRS. So that's something you want to make sure that you go over information or submit the correct information to the tax preparer that's preparing your taxes. Another reason that the IRS may reject your return is because there is a previously accepted return. So this means that someone has already e-filed a return with the same taxpayer Social Security number or tax identification number. So this usually happens because a taxpayer or a spouse has already filed an e-return for the current year. This can also occur when the taxpayer or spouse has been the victim of identity theft. So that is what happens usually when there's a previously accepted return. The IRS will reject a second return if it has the same information that was previously filed by someone. So the third reason that the IRS may reject a return is because the dependent was claimed on another return. So a taxpayer claims a dependent that is also being claimed by another taxpayer, and this can happen when there's confusion or lack of communication by custodial and non-custodial parents or guardians, whoever is claiming the dependent. So communicate about who is going to file that dependent so that you won't have a rejected return and no one is surprised by a return coming back because of a dependent being already filed. So the next reason that the IRS may reject a return is because a dependent files their own return. So a taxpayer previously filed a return for the year for themselves and taken that personal exemption, or by other taxpayers who claim them as a dependent. So the dependent has filed their own return. So we discussed what a dependent is in a previous video. I will be discussing that further in another video. So the definition for dependent. So a dependent can definitely file for themselves. Another reason that the IRS may reject a return is because the electronic signature mismatch. So electronically transmitted tax returns require either the taxpayers adjust gross income from the prior year or identity protection personal PIN number, the IPPIN, to electronically sign the return. Either the taxpayer's AGI or PIN must match what the IRS has in the database. So the rejection occurs when there's an incorrect AGI or PIN. So if you enter the incorrect information, that return will also be returned and rejected. So make sure your PIN number is matching. Go back to your old return from the prior year and make sure you have the correct AGI for your new return to submit that information when signing your electronic return. Another reason that the IRS may just reject your return is that the EIN or the employer identification number does not match. So a return would be rejected if the employer identification number or the tax return does not match with what the IRS has in the database. So this is something that you have to have correct on your return. If not, it will be rejected. Your EIN is the employer identification number for the W-2 that you are filing. So if you have a W-2 and you have the correct EIN, perfect. That is what you are supposed to have. But if you have an incorrect employer identification number or you entered it incorrect, then that will be rejected by the IRS because it does not match the EIN that is associated with that company. So these are some of the most frequent rejections that are seen by the IRS. So you don't want to make these mistakes. You want to make sure that you double check what you need to check. You submit proper information to your tax preparer so everything can go smoothly and so you can e-file your return with no problems. So we'll be talking more about these things in the next video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss more information that can assist you during this tax season, because there's a lot of information that needs to be known and there's a lot of information that comes up at tax season that you need to understand. So I'll see you in the next video.